Continuing with the chapter of GST, I have already made the first concept clear about the GST, that is goods and service tax, where interstate and intrastate amount of the bill had to be calculated, and I told you how to do it. You must have understood the difference between inter and intra, and must be done very nicely. For that you have to again watch the video, and when you will watch the video 1 or 2 or 3 times, then will be totally clear to you. Just do 2 to 3 or 4 sums. You should not go for all the exercise, but whatever you do it with proper basic understanding. Now moving to the next part of same chapter, ITC, I'm going to talk about ITC. ITC means input tax credit. Now this word is very heavy for you people. Till now you must have not heard about it. So input tax credit, in short, I will tell you that when you pay tax on sales of the goods, services, you can all avail the tax. You can avail this tax which you have paid on the purchase and pay the balance amount of tax. But for this availing of tax already paid on purchase and pay only the balance amount of tax, that is said to be input tax credit. Now in this second part of the chapter we are going to learn how to calculate the input tax credit. First thing, only registered persons is entitled, means your firm, your shop, your factory or whatever, from where you are going to buy, and whatever business you are going to run, that has to be registered with the government. Unless it is not registered, you are not allowed to avail this input credit tax or tax credit. You can say input tax credit. So first thing, you have to be registered with the government. And then input tax includes CGST, SGST and IGST, central, state as well as integrated. Credit of the tax paid on every input used for supply of taxable goods or services or both is allowed under GST. Be careful. For the purchase of petroleum products like liquor, diesel, motor, input tax is not available. It is not available. You cannot get the liability on these. And in the export of goods, GST is not payable. Such sanctions are called zero-rated transaction in GST. So if this type of goods are there, it is written there, they are zero-rated transactions. So again, we are not going to drift away from the topic, and topic is input tax credit and can be availed only on the goods and services for business purposes. Can be availed only for business purposes. So this is a short definition of input tax credit. In other words, you can write like this also: tax liability or input tax credit is equal to output tax minus input tax, that is tax on SP, selling price, minus tax on CP. And if you take tax common, SP minus CP, and you very well know that SP minus CP is profit. It means profit. So this is tax on profit, that is tax liability. Tax liability means the money which you will get back, will be on the profit. Now I'll give you the simple example of the question, because I believe that unless I will do the sums with you, you won't be able to understand these very heavy terms. So we'll start with the sum. Suppose I have 3 traders A, B and C, and all belong to different states. That means it is IGST. Trader A sells the good to trader B for rupees 500. That means SP of trader A is rupees 500, and since it is interstate, so IG has to be paid. He says that IGST is paid at the rate of 12%. So I calculated 12% of 500. He paid 60 rupees as IGST. Then B is again from the different state, and he also service to, then A has sold the service to B but with a profit of 200. That means SP for B will be 500 plus 200. Profit was 200, so 700 total. SP for A was 700 B. Now IGST again, because interstate 12% of 700 is 84. I have to calculate a tax liability for B. Tax liability, or you can say input tax credit, ITC. That will be output tax minus input. Output was 84 and input 60. So difference between the output minus 6, that is 24, is the profit, and tax liability for B will be 84 minus 60, that is 24. Always you have to subtract the output of B stage 2 from minus stage 1. Just remember that. If you have to find the tax liability of B, then you have to subtract the whatever the tax output tax you got for B minus the input tax of A, input tax credit of A. Input tax credit of A, that was again 60, so 84 minus C. Output of B minus input of A. Now for C, if you want to calculate, you cannot do it because C is the end user, and for end user output is always 0. So be very careful, just identify the end user in the beginning only. For example, a product is sold from Kanpur to Banaras. You know that both the states belongs to UP, and I told you not to be worried because over there it will be written that which state they belong to. It is intrastate. Intrastate means SGST and CGST both to be paid, that which we have done in the first video or the first exercise concept. And then Banaras to Ranchi. Now Ranchi is in Uttarakhand, so it is interstate now. For first part, that is when the SP was 12,000, and that is was sold from Kanpur to Banaras. You know, because Kanpur to Banaras belongs to one state, so it will be CGST and SGST both. And since the total GST in this case is 18%, so now how I will write that SP is rupees 12,000 and it is intrastate. So SGST will be, as GST is 18%, you know you have to do half of it, 9 upon 100 into 12,000, 1080, and similarly CGST will be same, that is 1080. Please don't forget to put the units and do the rough column and show the steps. Then when product is sold from Banaras to Ranchi, it becomes interstate. Then he also said that at a profit of 4,000. So now the SP will be 12,000 plus 4,000. That is 16,000. And since it is interstate, so you will calculate IGST. 16,000, only tax to be calculated 18% together. 16,000 because it is IGST, so you will take it all together. So this becomes round. When you multiply, this will be 2880. Now the question was, if the rate of GST is 18, find the net GST payable at Banaras. GST at Banaras, very simple children, will be, this was, first you can write it from Kanpur to Banaras. Kanpur to Banaras. Then you can write Banaras to Ranchi. One is interstate and another is, first one is intrastate, another is interstate. So this will be output GST minus input tax credit, that is ITC. You have to write this formula, it carries marks. So this will be, total of this will be, total of IGST and CGST will be 0, 8816, 2160, and output tax at Banaras you have got to be 2880. वैसे भी it will be very clear to you because always the second, mostly the second is more than the first, because see children, the rate of GST will remain same, only the change in the basic cost. First it was sold on 20,000 and then it was sold on the profit. So it was 16,000. The difference will be here only. So when you subtract it, you will get rupees 720. So 720 is your tax credit, or you can say tax liability in Banaras, or you can another word GST paid at Banaras. This is said to be tax liability, and they could get tax liability because their firm was registered with the government. And since after Banaras it is not sold anywhere, so the output tax, that is output tax, will be, it is not sold anywhere after Ranchi, Banaras to Ranchi, and so since it is not sold anywhere after Ranchi, it is not mentioned, so output tax for Ranchi will be 0, because Ranchi is the end user. I told you, for end user the tax, output tax is always 0. Now once again I make you clear that input credit on the account IGST is to be adjusted against the payment of IGST and CGST in that order. Tax credit, that is always the second stage minus the first stage in simple words I am telling you. And end user means the person who does not sell the product further. End user cannot claim on the tax liability, and above all, that is for the end user the output tax is always 0. Just remember a simple thing, that for it is end user it has to be 0, and you have to be very, very careful with the language, because once you don't read the language nicely, there will be problem. And one thing I would like to advise you children, exercise 1B, before that some examples are given and they are written in a very proper manner. This is the way you are going to represent in the ICSE also. Just do those all the 7-8 sums before the exercise 1B has been given to you. Read each and every line and represent the answer in that particular form, because you should be well aware of the terms you are using: tax liability, input tax credit, then the formulas, SP, where to write SP, where to write CP, and above all, if you are taking case 1, then you have to write case 1, then case 2. The presentation matters, and above all, again, rough calculations to be shown. And these questions are literally very, very easy, so I would love that you don't lose a single mark here. Okay children, moving to exercise 1B, I'll give you some examples. For example, let it be question number 2. Goods services are sold from Agra to Kanpur. So Agra to Kanpur, first of all, most of you won't be able to recognize whether they belong to same state, so I told you not to be worried about that, because it will be mentioned in the question that either they are same state or different state. For example, Agra is also at UP, so goods from Agra, that is also in UP, to Banaras, that is to Kanpur, sorry, that is also UP. So understood. Therefore, it is just write in capital words intra-state. I told you in intra-state you have to calculate CGST as well as SGST. So calculating CGST. Since they have given you the GST rate to be 12%, so it will be 6% off, because the money was rupees 20,000. It was rupees 20,000. The basic price was 20,000, so you calculate on 20,000, and this is 1,200. Similarly, your SGST will also be 1,200, because it was intrastate, so I calculated both the things. Then he says that then from Kanpur to Jaipur. Now you know that Kanpur to Jaipur, it is interstate, because Jaipur belongs to Rajasthan. You write here first interstate. Interstate. Please try to write in the capital form. Give this reason, because the marks matters here. So interstate it is now. And he also says that at the, I think, profit of 5,000. profit of 5,000. So basic price becomes 20,000 plus 5,000. That is 25,000 rupees. IGST 25,000 into the rate of GST will remain same, but since it is interstate, so you will calculate 18% directly because it is IGST. In IGST, you have to pay the tax directly to the government. So IGST and this will become to be calculated 4,500, and in the above total tax will be 3,600. Now the question is, what is the net GST payable by dealer at Kanpur? So net GST payable, we write like this only, net GST payable will be 4,500 minus 3,600. So this is net GST. Stage B minus stage A, because the difference was there in the basic price. Then he says cost of goods or services at Jaipur. So cost of goods, just write like this only. In one answer you take and write the at Jaipur. Write the answer, mark it or highlight it. This gives a good impression. So this will be 25,000 was already there and 900 was the difference. So you add it, this difference to be added. This is the 25,900 is the price at Jaipur after paying the tax, because he got the tax liability. So 4,500 already paid tax was 3,600 and his tax was 4,500, but he had already paid. So 900 was the money he had to pay further to get that particular thing under his wing. So you understood that how you calculate ITC, input tax credit, output tax, and how to calculate tax liability on a particular thing. Output tax minus input tax credit, and if it is end user, there will be no output tax for it. It is always 0. Moving on to the same lines, let it be question number 5th now. He says a dealer in Meerut means UP, to 15,000. He applied goods services worth rupees 15,000 to dealer in B, Ratlam. Ratlam is in MP, so understood it is interstate. So we'll go line wise. It will be Meerut UP and Ratlam MP. So you write first here. Be careful about the language. Read the question, children, at least twice. And if little confusion, maybe 3 times. It takes only 2 to 3 seconds to read the question, because you are well aware of the chapter as you have done it or revised it again and again. Just to be little clear, see, Meerut is in UP and Ratlam is in MP. Therefore, interstate. Interstate means, as I am talking again and again, IGST. He says that cost was, basic cost, you can write here, cost was rupees 15,000, and since it was interstate, so 15,000 into the tax was 18%. Directly you are going to calculate because it is IGST, and this is your first answer. Then what he does, he supplies B in turn. Dealer A has done, not dealer B. In turn, supplies the goods to dealer C in Jabalpur. That is also in MP. So from Ratlam, MP to Jabalpur. See how I am writing one. It is in the last state. So CGST to be calculated, SGST to be calculated. Let's see whether there is any difference between the basic price. So it is He says that dealer B in turn supplies the same goods or services to dealer C in Jabalpur at a profit of rupees 3000. So cost will be now 15,000 was basic in the earlier, and now 3,000 he took the profit, so it is 18,000. But rate of GST remains same, that is 18%. Since it is CGST, 9.5, you will take 9% of 18,000, though the value will remain same, but you have to show both the steps. So this will be, after calculating it, this will be 1620. You have to calculate in the rough columns. You multiply 180 into 9 and you will get your answer. So total will be 1620 plus 1620. This will be 0, 2, 2, 4, 6, 6, 12, 3, 2, 4, 0. Please don't forget the units as it matters. Then he was asking you that what is the, question is, what is the cost of good to the dealer C in Jabalpur? So dealer C, that means this one, this is dealer C. If you want to write like this, you can do this also. So I'm writing at the side, cost for dealer C. Dealer C will be equal to 18,000 plus 3240. But the basic price or cost plus CGST plus SGST. So 0428311. So first answer is rupees 21240, and this is the cost in Jabalpur for dealer C. The next question is again tax, net tax payable. You know that. Second part, just write like this. Net tax payable will be output tax minus ITC. ITC, you know, input tax credit. You are well aware of that now. So this is very simple now. You know what to do. 3240 B minus A, that is 2700, and that is the tax liability, you can say, and this comes to be, when you subtract, this will be 540. So 540 is the net tax liability on the money which he will get back, or this the money as a profit to him. So three things mean the same thing. Always you have to subtract the first stage from the second, and the difference between GST will be not there. It will remain same at every step. The only difference will be between the basic prices. If the profit is there, maybe loss also, so it depends on that. Then same question, same exercise, moving to the seventh sum. The consultancy services worth rupees 50,000 are transformed from Delhi to Calcutta. It is very clear that it is interstate. Delhi to Calcutta means interstate because both belong to two different regions. So you write in the beginning, this question is also very, very important. So question number, you can say question number 7th I am doing with you, consultancy, yes, 7th, exercise 1B, and the page number is of course 18. So first of all, you write Delhi to Calcutta. This all you are doing for yourself so that you do not make any mistakes. Therefore it is interstate. See how I am writing. This is the way you are also going to follow, interstate. Now cost of services is rupees 50,000. And since it is interstate, so IGST can calculate. It is given that the GST is 18%, so 18% of 50,000. This is your first answer, 18 by the 90, and this is rupees 9,000. Now he says then from Calcutta to Nainital. Calcutta to Nainital. So again from Calcutta to Nainital. Nainital. But now the profit is 20,000. So basic cost will be 50,000 plus 20,000. That is 70,000. So the IGST again will be 70,000 because again it is interest rate 18%. Calculate it. 18 sevens are, it is always, you can, if you don't know, you know you have to write it. So this will be 126, 126,000. The question is, what is the output tax at Delhi? Be careful now, children, how to write it. Output tax at Delhi. What is output tax at Delhi? Very easy. You will do output tax at Delhi. It will be, they have asked you the output tax at Delhi. It will be, don't get confused. They have asked you not tax liability. They have just asked you the output tax. They have not asked you the tax liability. If it was tax liability, you know what to do, output tax minus ITC. But they have just asked you tax, output tax at Delhi. It will be 9,000. Then he has asked you the output tax at Calcutta. Calcutta. You know what is output tax at Calcutta? 12,600. Output tax at Calcutta will be 12,600. And what is output tax at Nainital? Again 00. Why? Because Nainital is end user. Be careful, children. It is 12600 because Nainital is end user. So I hope I am able to make you understand the difference between the two. That if they have asked you the tax liability, then the formula will be output tax minus ITC. But they have just asked you the output tax. Output tax means only GST, IGST to be. What IGST was paid at Delhi, what IGST was paid at Calcutta, and what output tax means what IGST was paid in Nainital. But since Nainital was end user, so the output tax was 0. Did you get it? Please be careful about the language of the question. There is lot of difference between the tax liability and output tax. Tax liability is equal to output tax minus ITC, but output tax is direct GST what you have paid, whether it is interstate, whether it is intra-state. I hope you have followed. It is very, very easy. Just listen to the video again and again. Don't be confused between intrastate and interstate, first thing. And secondly, output tax, ITC and tax liability are 3 different terms. So don't get confused in that also. Then moving on the same lines, question number 9 I would love to do with you. See, 9 is again a very easy one, but just I want to do it with you because 8 and 9 are same, both of them. The mark price of an article is rupees 6,000. 9 sum. So 9 sum I am doing same exercise, page 18, 9 sum. Exercise 1B. Mark price is given to be rupees 6,000. SP, so discount is also given. So let's calculate the SP after discount. And it was, the discount was 20%. You can write like this also, 6,000 minus 20% of 6,000, or you can take 80% of 6,000. Same means the same thing. And when you will calculate, you know it will be 1200, and this is your required value or cost. You can say, please don't forget the unit, 4800. And then he says SP is again given discount, one more discount after second discount. First discount was given by a wholesaler as it is given in the question, and second discount again by the dealer, but both of them gave the discount on the marked price. So first gave the marked price 6,000, he gave 20%, and second one gave discount of only let it be only 10%. So second time the SP will be 6,000 minus 10% of 6,000. 6,000 minus 600. So you know what is the answer. This is 5,400. Now please understand the question. Question has been asked that find the amount of tax paid by the dealer to the government. Because he said that 18% is the GST at each stage. So we'll calculate GST now. GST for first will be 4800 into 18%. Please calculate it. You can do it 48 into 18. At the side you do it and this will becomes 48 into 18 and this will be 864. Similarly, GST at the second stage 5400 into 18%. So 54 into 18 you can do in the rough column. As I told you, the rough columns to be made very nicely. The question is very easy, again a different language, but meaning is same, that what amount of tax will be paid by dealer to. So tax, you can write, say tax liability also you can write here, but tax paid by the dealer. Dealer means the third one was wholesaler, and second was dealer, and third was customer. This is the second one, and second one was the second stage minus first. In simple words, I'm telling you 5400 minus 4800, and this is the tax liability or the GST to be paid. This is 108. 5400 minus, and then you have to not to ask the basic price but the difference between the taxes. So this is 12 minus 48, yes, 108 rupees. Tax liability means output tax of dealer minus ITC of the wholesaler. This output tax of dealer 972 minus ITC input tax credit of the wholesaler 864. Difference between two will be the tax liability or the tax paid by the dealer to the government. I hope you have understood. You have understood that GST paid by the dealer B or tax liability for dealer B means one and the same thing. Then again moving on to question number 10 also I will do with you, 10 and 11 both I will do, so that by reading the questions they are clear to you. Question number 10 was a very easy chapter. Since sir had done this chapter in the class, but some of you wanted me to put the videos, so I have done it just for your, if you want to watch it and do it accordingly, you can, most welcome. And of course you are most welcome with your doubts also. The question I am reading, question number 10, page 18. A is a manufacturer of TV set in Delhi. He manufactures a particular brand of TV and marks rupees 75,000. Then he sells to wholesaler B in Punjab at discount of 30%. Then B raises the mark price of TV set by 30% and then sells to dealer C at Delhi. So rate of GST remains same for all the three, that is 5%. Again he asks the tax paid by wholesaler, that means the B, to the government. You know, whatever the tax I get in the wholesaler, that is output, minus the input tax credit of the A is the tax paid by the wholesaler, that is B, stage B. We'll go accordingly. Manufacture MP of TV set first now. MP, or you can say manufacture if you want to write. MP means mark price of TV set is equal to rupees 75,000. Value after discount, because he has given discount, after discount it will be 75,000. He gave the discount of how much discount he gave? He gave the discount of 30%. So minus 30% of 75,000. So this is our first, and you will get it equal to rupees 5. Let me calculate it. 52500. Do it at the side. 750 into 30. So this is after subtracting, you will get this and first answer. Then at B, raise the price by 30%. Raised by 30%. So value after rising the price. Write each and everything, rising the price. It will be more clear to you and children when you write it nicely. No doubt the mistakes are very, very less, because that means you have understood the question. 70,000 पे 30% का raise है उसका. You know, it's very simple. again the calculations to be done in the rough column, and this will be around, when you do it, 75 into 3 divided by 15, then you have 22. So 2 2 5 again 0 0 plus 30%, so this will be again 97500. So this is the value after rising the price. Then GST to be calculated. IGST in Punjab, because it is again interstate, that is of course 5% only. 5% of 52500, whatever the answer. This will be rupees 2625. And IGST in Punjab after ICST in Delhi, because again it is interstate, again 5% on the value after raising the price, that is 97500. First case it was discount, so I subtracted. Second case it was raising, so I added. First thing is you have to find the basic price, because you cannot make any change in GST. That is 5%, it will remain same at every step. So after calculating it, see 97500, you will again get rupees, whatever you get after calculating. And he says, what is the tax paid by wholesaler? You know now how to write it. I am writing at the side so that it is visible. Tax by wholesaler. Wholesaler, that is stage B. It will be 4875 output tax at Delhi minus ITC input tax credit in first case 2x2625, and this difference is the tax paid by the wholesaler B, that is rupees 5 minus 2250. I hope up till now you must have understood that what is tax liability. Output tax minus ITC input tax credit. It is always the second stage, mostly the second stage minus first. Because tax liability is that money which you will get as a profit. Already paid tax will be subtracted, and rest you have to do it. That is tax paid to the government, or tax on the profit which you got. On the profit, the tax which you have to pay to the government. Tax on the profit. Because if the basic price was 50,000, second time it was 70,000, naturally there will be profit. And on that profit also you have to pay the tax to the government. Am I clear? Now the last sum of this exercise, a very easy one again. See, I'll make you understand. For a trader, mark price of refrigerator is 15,680 inclusive of GST. And inclusive of GST at the rate of 12% on the market price. Gagan, a customer of this survey, asked the trader to reduce the price to such an extent that reduced price plus GST should be 15680, means that the trader, whatever the trader wants, that he should, the mark price is 15680 including GST at the rate of 12% on the mark price. But the customer wants to reduce the price to such an extent that he only pays the amount 15680 including GST. So what reduction does customer want? But total amount for customer is 1,15,680. But for shopkeeper, or maybe you can say the trader, it has to be basic price. Whatever is the basic price per trader, Gagan wants it to be total amount. For him, total amount means addition of GST. Now he asked that what price should be reduced, so that the total amount he pays is 15,680. Now let's see how we do it. He says that let the value be X. Of rupees X, you can say that the value of the refrigerator, if you want to write of refrigerator, B rupees, refrigerator, please write it full, refrigerator, B. Please avoid the abbreviations. Now, X plus 12% of x should be equal to 15680. So this is the basic. X is equal to, you can calculate it, 112x upon 100, 15680, or x is equal to 680 into 100 upon 12, and when you calculate it, it comes to be 14,000 rupees. Now, the Gagan, whoever it is, wants the reduction in this price of 40, because GST you cannot do any reduction. 14,000 minus x, let this reduction be x plus, you can take y also if you want to, y, you take y because x we have already taken, plus 12% of, again the GST cannot be changed, because that he has to pay only. In this price he wants the reduction, and this is equal to, or when calculating it, minus y minus 12y upon 100 is equal to minus 12 into 140, or this will be 112y upon 100 is equal to 1680, because minus on both sides cancels. You can take common also if you want to, or after calculating it, y will be equal to 112, I think 15 is up, 112 into 15, 1680, you can calculate at the side. So this will be, y will be equal to rupees 1500. So I hope you have understood. This much reduction he wants in the basic price, so that his total amount goes to 14,000. He wants reduction in such a way that he does not have to pay the money excluding GST. Again, I am making this question understand. Mark price of 1560 inclusive of GST. It is included GST. That time I took the X to be the basic price of the trader and got the basic price. In that basic price, Gagan wants the reduction. I took that reduction to be Y. So 14,000 was the basic price of the trader, when this 15680 was the total amount. 14,000 he wants reduction, so that he does not have to pay much. So 14,000 minus Y plus 12% of, because the GST will remain same for the trader as well as for the customer. Then after calculating it, this much Y, much Y means minus Y minus 12 minus cancels both side, and this after calculating I get the value Y, which is the reduction. I told you that you can take, let Y be the reduction, which Gagan wants, which if you want to be little more descriptive, Gagan wants. So, and that means his total I should be equal to 14,000. I gave it equal to 14,000. See, got the answer. So out of this he wants 1500 reduction, so that he does not have to pay a penny more than what he have decided. So children, see, the concept is very easy. Basically, again, three things. In the first exercise, only two things: interstate and intrastate. That you have understood, total amount of the bill. Just to calculate it in the steps, all the steps to be shown, rough columns to be shown. The first exercise is too easy for you people. You have done that. Only 2 or 3 or 4 questions to be done, and your exercise is there. In second case, little more understanding has to be there. I told you about the 3 terms: output tax, input tax credit, credit, and of course the tax liability. Tax liability I have already made you understand. Already paid tax, and the profit which you have made, the tax to be given on that profit to the government. Otherwise, the concept is same. If it is interstate, then IGST. If it is intrastate, it is of course CGST and SGST. So children, exercise 1B, you try to do the examples first. You do all the examples, the questions will be very, very easy. You will know how to present it. I have almost done 80% sums of exercise 1B also, and the same sums I have left. If you want maybe 2, 3, only 2, 3 sums or 4 sums I have left, and that too similar type. If there is any problem, you know that where you have to send those problems. Now see, again I am telling you, this exercise is important and very easy and a very good chapter for the children who find little difficulty in doing maths. And we are expecting more than 8 or 9 marks from this chapter in ICSE. There will be a question in compulsory as well as in choice. Nothing to be done, only 3 to 4 steps. 3 to 4 basic concepts. You follow it and then you do this exercise. Your doubts are most welcome. I will try to put some worksheet on this GST and do those sums. If you want to, you can send the answers personally to me. I will check it and send you back. You are most welcome to do any time. You have lots of time for the paper till here. This chapter is only 2 hours chapter. 2 hours you just listen the video again and again and to do this chapter. This chapter is in your grip, in your control. Trust me, children. You have to trust your teachers. There's no way out. So all the best for the second unit test. Do your best. Ask your doubts. Be concentrated and please don't go for any type of unfair means, because you know that in the pre-board you have to do the paper yourself and then you will find lots of difficulty. Okay, all the best. Thank you.